we're going to test my mic right now. I'm talking. Once upon a time, I think it was last Thursday, a boy named Peter stepped out into the big green meadow. Bum bum ba bum bum bum, ba dum bum bum, be da dum, do 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 do. Yes, this one's mine. You can't have it, but that one you can claim. I'm just going to keep on talking though, because they told me to keep on talking. It's kind of like keep on trucking.
Hello.
Are we getting good levels on all these? You're good? Oh, good. So now I'm just talking directly to you, Derek. Hey, Derek. How's it going? I know you can hear me. You just sit there. Oh, I know. But now I'm talking right to Derek. Derek and Matt. We're just chatting. We're going to give out some awards. Mary? Mary was right here.
Is Mary here?
She was here just a second ago. No, she's right here in the front row. Tom.
Mary, you need to go talk to Jason Levine. Yeah. Jeff. I'm glad you're here, but I forgot about you. Jeff, again.
No, that's
Jeff.
Merchant of Venus. They got Merchant of Venus.
Yeah, we auctioned it off.
Is that one of the signed copies?
Again. You never come to the auction, man.
No, I usually am here for the whole one. I was here the whole time last year.
Were you?
Yeah, dinner went long. Find it on their website to resend the link, and I should have just sent you an email while you were
Man,
here.
I don't know if I have time to put it together tonight, though.
You have it in theory, and if you still don't have it, I'll get it to you when I get home. But
No, I'll get it. Oh, I'm on.
I think we're on now.
We are on. We're going to start in just a minute or two, folks. Thanks for coming to our late podcast.
Dice Tower late night. Do we rehearse for a show?
Derek, we're ready when you are. Bum, 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 bum.
Derek, you're rolling on mine as well?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, on mine.
All right. Hello,
We need to
Internet.
clap for sync.
No, we're not recording this. It's only streaming live, and then we're just doing your thing.
Oh, it's just the internet. We don't care about that.
We care, please. Okay.
Art thou ready?
I am. If.
The Dice Tower, episode 465.
The Dice Tower Awards 2016.
Welcome to the Dice Tower, a podcast about board games and card games, and especially all these people who play them. On today's show, we're live from Dice Tower Con in Orlando to present the 2016 Dice Tower Gaming Awards. Who will win Best Art, Best New Publisher, or the coveted Game of the Year? Stay tuned to find out. I'm Eric Summerer, and here's your host, the Booberry to my Count Chocula, Tom Vassell.
You're going to run with this one, aren't you?
It's your fault.
Okay. As far as I know, it is not my fault.
You see, I've been told that 6 months ago you submitted everyone's nicknames on their badges, and you've just forgotten about it. And so I get the voice of Count Chocula,
It
and it's
is.
your fault.
It is possible that that is true, and I will search for it on the internet in just a moment. So anyhow, while I'm searching for that, we're really glad you're here with us if you're live with us, or if you're watching, or if you're listening later on. Now, just to clarify some confusion, this is Dice Tower Awards, we say 2016, but they are for the best games of 2015.
There's a theme song. We could do the theme song.
Go ahead.
It's the Dice Tower Gaming Awards 2016. With games from 2015, we realized there might be some confusion in the name, so we wanted to make sure that we were clear.
I'm really impressed that you anticipated me saying that.
We've worked together for a little while.
Okay, so yes, I did say that. But I really don't remember saying that.
It's your fault.
Wow. Wow, yeah, you're right. I put that in there. Okay, that's not the point. But why did I say nice things about Bonacore then? That's confusing.
No wonder you don't remember it. You don't remember it.
Yeah, I purged it from my memory. Okay. Well, anyhow, so the Dice Tower Awards, we're going to be talking a little bit about the show, but we want to get the Dice Tower Awards out of the way first. And we want these to grow and to be awards that mean something. What we want the Dice Tower Awards to be are awards that when you see the nomination lists, any game in that nomination list you can play and say, that is a good game. You may not like it per se, it might not be your style, but you'll say, hey, that game deserved to be recognized at least. And I'm very happy with our nomination lists. And so we put all this together, and we'll talk a little bit about the process first. And to do that, we'll have the person who helped me get all the awards together, and that is Jason Levine. Oh, you got your mic. All right, so Jason helped me with the final process and with the nomination process. So let's talk about the nomination process first. We have a secret Facebook group. Well, not that secret, but it's a closed Facebook group in which we have about 90 members of that group, and we talk and discuss each year. At the beginning of the year, we're like, so which games should we talk about to be nominated? And people talk and they nominate games. People say that was a dumb nomination and whatever. There's back and forth there. But any game can be nominated, anything. And then we will whittle that nomination down. So how does that work?
So in our first step process, what we do is we have the list of every game that was put up there, as long as it was 2015. Some people still put things from 2014.
Yeah, we have to go through that every year. Which, to be fair, it can be sometimes very confusing because Board Game Geek does not correct dates. Or, for example, a game might be print and play in 2012, and then it's finally published in 2015, and Board Game Geek, which is what most people use to find out when something was published, will say 2012, and so it's missed. So we have to fix their errors.
And the geek will often say that the original release is maybe the Essen German release, and then 6 months later we'll get an English release, and that's usually what we're counting.
Right, we're usually looking, we want the game to be an English language release, although we're not saying it has to necessarily be in America, but an English language release.
Right.
And we're also sometimes very fluctuating on a little bit, on a week or two, those games that are released last week of December, and then no one can get them until the next year, so we'll count them as 2015.
Right.
So we take that big list, and the people on the forum, the 90 people, will vote for 5 games in each category, and we tabulate the votes of those, all of those, to get the top 5 in each category, which become the final nominees.
Right, so we released that a few months ago. We released the nominations, and then we say, okay, you see these nominations, go out and play them, and everyone goes out and plays them, and then we ask them to vote, although not everyone votes in every category, because maybe not everyone feels they're qualified maybe in a certain type of category, and they send those votes into Jason. So how does the voting process work?
So we have a weighted system to take care of people who have played less or people who have played more. So if you voted for 3 games in a category, your first vote would be worth 4, your second vote would be worth 3, and your third vote would be worth 2. If you only voted for 2 games, it would be 3 for your first and 2 for your second. If you only vote for 1 game in a category, it's 2 for that game.
Right, so we add all those votes together, and the weighted process works, right? Because the more experience you have, the more votes you get in the category, and the most votes. Now, a couple things. We often get, Dice Tower Awards. This is not a Tom Vassell votes on these awards. I don't even necessarily steer them. I can sometimes get into the argument. There's a certain game that I argued against a certain thing very strongly about, and I sure hope that I won that. I don't know who won yet, that argument. I only am involved if there is a tie, which the more members we have, the more difficult a tie is, because there's that many people. However,
We had one this year.
We did have a tie this year, so I know one winner. But there was a couple blowouts, I hear.
There might have been a couple blowouts.
But there was also some that were almost a tie again.
Very, very close. A few categories are very close this year.
Yeah, I think it's indisputable at this point that 2015 is one of the best years of gaming. It was just phenomenal games came out all across the board. And some of these categories, especially Game of the Year, I was like, wow, what's going to win? I have no idea. So I'm very eager to get into this. So Jason made some awards, some certificates for the winners.
In this sealed envelope that was counted by the accounting firm of Levine and Levine,
Sealed with a rubber band.
sealed with a rubber band, which has never left my sight in a week or so.
Can I look inside?
No,
It's been handcuffed to him for the entire time.
We have 2 things. We have nominations, which will be read by our different nominees, and we
Are
have...
those gold seals?
Yes,
Wow.
they are. These are all
Upgrade.
sealed envelopes. You will not know until they're opened. Plus, we have some
It's very exciting. They're gold
winners
envelopes
things
too. They
in
look
here.
brown, but they're gold. That's
Oh.
what the guy at the store told me.
Awesome.
We've gone upscale this year. This is going to be an amazing award
Let's not
show.
push that. We're not that upscale, okay? We have envelopes this year, okay? So,
Right.
And something else special inside of this big envelope.
all right, so if you can pass me that sheet, because I don't really remember what we're doing next. The
first nominee.
So we're going to bring up, and to help us with our nominees, we've recruited several people from the Dice Tower and the Dice Tower Network, and we are now at the point where I actually have more people here from the Dice Tower and Dice Tower Network than we actually have awards giving out, which is really cool, and is going to continue on. So I apologize to anyone who's not handing out an award or talking about them, but then you don't have to read all the names either, so that's a good thing. So we're going to start with Small Publisher Awards, and for that we have Chaz Marler. So give him number 1. And as we give these awards out, there is a small possibility, and this possibility will get larger as each year goes, that the publisher or designer or somebody who thinks that they qualify for receiving the award wins that. And if that's the case, you are welcome to come up. And so, Jason, we're going to have you move over one more seat. And then, right, well, then we'll slide you in and you can say, yay, we did a great job, or something to that effect. All right, so what do we have here? Small publisher.
Yes, and I did not know exactly what qualified as a small publisher. So I came in, I was just assuming that this was going to be any publisher that was under 5'3" and also games created by small children. Then I noticed that you had it written.
You've been to the Healy School of Jokes lately, haven't you?
I'll stop now then. Then I read the envelope, and these are actually games that are published by a publisher who must have 5 or fewer games that have been published by the beginning of 2015. Small children part optional. There are 5 different nominees, these being Between Two Cities, designed by Matthew O'Malley, Morten Monrad Pedersen, and Ben Rossett, published by Stonemaier Games. And you were correct about the naming thing. Burgle Brothers, designed by Tim Fowers, which was a self-published game. Champions of Midgard, designed by Ole Steinus, published by Grey Fox Games. Lanterns, The Harvest Festival, designed by Christopher Chung and published by Renegade Games. And Stockpile, designed by Brett Sobel and Seth Van Orden, published by Nauvoo Games.
All right, now before you open that,
Oh, we're gonna do this again?
we are
Oh,
like Eric's prediction for the winner. We'll keep track of these.
This is tough because I had trouble voting in this one too. There were some really strong new games. I think that Between Two Cities is going to win this one.
All right, well, let's find out.
All right, I'll try not to steer you wrong.
Tom,
here.
could I take a guess before we do this?
No, you know the answers.
He's 20 for 20. I can't believe it. All right. So
Oh, that's
there
right,
we
I
go.
don't even know that. I could have guessed, I guess, but I'm not going to. I'm making
Yeah, you're just going to put me on the spot. I appreciate that.
Just Eric. All right. And the best game from a small publisher 2015 goes to Stockpile.
Nauvoo Games is not here to accept this award, so we accept it on their behalf, and they will be delivered the award at Gen Con 2016.
All right, yeah, that's true. We will take these and give them out. Stockpile is a fantastic stock market game if you haven't played it. Certainly, I've seen it being played a lot here. So congratulations to them. Before you leave, Chaz, having a good time here at the convention.
It has been excellent. There has been just so many people playing so many games, and it's just like a giant local game day back home. It doesn't feel like an Origins or a Gen Con, like it's a circus with everything going on. It's just a bunch of people hanging out playing games. And it's fantastic.
All right, well, thanks for coming. We don't like games that look boring. You know, it's one of our mantras on the Dice Tower. So we have best artwork, and to present that is Suzanne. Now, to be fair, she has the absolute hardest list of names to read here. The artists have more difficult names.
I practiced too.
Oh, did you?
It was a little rough.
All
Yeah,
right.
and I'm gonna probably really mess it up, so my apologies on that. But I was so impressed with the nominations this year, and really any of these games I feel like could win, and we've got an amazing winner.
Yeah, really, it's been a
pretty
great year
excited
for
to see who
art.
won.
We're at the point now in the year where, I mean, in gaming, where if a company has mediocre art, that's garbage. There's no excuse for having mediocre art in a game. There's that many great artists out there. Get one, get your game looking good, because mediocre art is now not good enough, I think.
I totally agree. But thankfully, we've got the cream of the crop right here, right?
Hold the mic a little higher.
Oh, hold the mic a little higher. Oh, hi. I can hear myself now. That's creepy. All right. So for best artwork, our nominations are Above and Below, illustrated by Ryan Lockett, published by Red Raven Games. Ashes, Rise of the Phoenix Born, illustrated by David Richards and Fernanda Suarez, published by Plaid Hat Games. The Grizzled, illustrated by Tinu, published by Cool Mini or Not. Mysterium, illustrated by Igor Burlikov and Xavier Collette. And Time Stories, illustrated by Ben Kerr, Vincent Dutray, David Lecossu, and Pascal Quidol, published by Space Cowboys.
That's some pretty impressive nominations.
There you go. That's pretty good, right?
They're all fantastic, but I think far and away the one that stands out amongst that list is Ashes, and I think that's going to be the winner.
Is that your
That's
prediction?
my pick.
You want to put a bet on it?
No.
All right.
Do you know something? She sounded
I know,
challenging
she
there.
sounds really
I was ready on that.
confident.
Okay. All right, and our winner is, for best artwork, Ashes, Rise of the Phoenix Born. Congratulations.
Plaid Hat Games is not in attendance, so we will accept this award in their behalf and give it to them at Gen Con 2016.
All right. Yeah, now,
He's rehearsed a speech. I love it.
I still remember the first time we saw Ashes. I was just like walking by and I saw it. And it's like, what is this amazing box?
Yeah.
It just blew me away. It was very impressive artwork. Just the game is good, but that artwork
It
is
just
better than the
pops.
game. I mean,
Well, and there's so much in it. I mean, every one of those cards with all those different factions, and while all of them have a lot of energy and they all feel like they're part of the same game, they all still feel unique and different. So it's definitely a deserving game for this award.
all right, Plaid Hat has been doing a great job. All right, well, before you leave, we'll ask you the same question. You having a good time here at the convention? Anything interesting?
Oh my gosh, so many interesting things. But my two favorites so far are Cry Havoc, coming from Portal Games.
Looks neat.
Oh my gosh, it's like Kemet with some deck building and and a really interesting battle mechanic. Oh, I know, I pulled out the K word. It feels a little like Kemet in there.
Kemet.
And it was pretty exciting. And also Holmes, Sherlock and Mycroft is a little two-player game that's kind of action selection and set collection. I kind of put it between Lost Cities and Targi. It's kind of in a zone in there, and I really, really like it. If anybody wants to learn it, I have a copy, so I'll happily teach it because it's awesome. Okay?
There'll be a line when you get out.
Yeah,
all right?
exactly.
I also have amazing custom meeples for it from MeepleSource, so like they look like little eyeglasses. So anyway, it's been a great convention. I'm having so much fun.
All right, well, thanks for coming on, Suzanne. All right, well, we're going to before we bring on our next one, we have an announcement to make here. From our Jack Bass Memorial Fund auction, which we just had, and we gave out a lot of people bid on different items. We raised $12,524 for the Jack Bassel Fund. So
That's amazing.
that's a lot of money.
That's great.
It's
And
very,
that's
very
a lot
good.
of people that's going to be able to help too.
All right. Well, that's good. All right. So, party games. And we have Bruce from the Party Game Podcast here because this is his wheelhouse.
Well, first is the Party Game Cast featuring the Party Game Cast.
I'm not doing
You
this
say that
You
every
say the whole
time.
thing. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the entire thing.
We don't say the entire name of any board game.
I'm sorry, that's happening this time. I just did it. I just
Okay.
wasted your time doing it. And since I don't have comedy writers, I'd like to acknowledge that since we are the Wu-Tang Clan of the Dice Tower Network, because we have 100 people in the show, that it's not just me from the Party Game Cast here. My wife, because I'm no fool, my wife and fellow castmate Rocky is here as well. Give a applause. Pretend like you listen to our show. We appreciate it when you do it. Thank you very much. And now, the nominees for Best Party Game. First, Codenames, designed by Vladik Vadel and published by Czech Games Edition. Next, Mafia de Cuba, designed by Philippe de Polaire and Luac Lamy, published by Asmodee. Murder, Deception in Hong Kong, designed by Toby Ho and published by Grey Fox Games. Mysterium, designed by Alexander Nevesky and Oleg Sidrenko, published by Asmodee. And Two Rooms and a Boom, designed by Elaine Girding and Sean McQuaw, published by Tuesday Night Games. And I'm shocked.
Well, hang on.
Oh, no, this is stunning. No. Oh, by all means, take the guess on this one.
Let's see.
See, here's
Which
the
one
deal.
of those is going to win? No, I think this is going to be this is one of the steamrolling of code names. It's going to be the first
I
of
hope
many
so.
wins for them.
I have money on this, so I
Yeah.
really hope you're right.
But here's the deal. If it was any other year, those other four games are fantastic party
Oh,
games.
yes.
They really are. Well, we might be wrong. Let's find out.
I hope we're not, because I lose money if we're wrong.
Who would bet against you?
You don't need to worry about that. And the winner is an absolute shock, Codenames.
Codenames has been nominated 4 times tonight. This is its first win. To accept the award on behalf of Czech Games is Josh Gittins.
Give me the mic.
Sit? Do I
Yeah,
stand?
you can sit. Stay with us. Yeah, we're glad that CG is here.
Yeah, so this convention's super fun. Thank you to everybody that has enjoyed playing our game. Last year at Dice Tower Con is where I brought the prototype and I just kind of hung out at tables and played through the convention. And really, we consider it kind of the launching point for the hype that led into Gen Con. So thank you everybody for enjoying our game and having fun. That's what we want you to do with it. So
And now we're seeing a next step here with Codenames Pictures.
yeah, so the Codenames Pictures is going to be out at Gen Con this year, and then we put one in the Jack Vassell Memorial Fund,
right.
one of the Meta
Someone's
copies.
going on with it, yeah.
Yeah, so somebody has it early, so track them down, but you can play it in hot games and, keep having fun. That's all I want you to do with our game.
All right, well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Thanks so very much.
Yeah, we're super excited.
Now, Bruce,
Yes.
this is your first time here at
This
Dice
is my
Tower
first
Con.
time here experiencing the grandeur that is
Ooh,
the Dice Tower Con.
Grandeur.
We graduated to grandeur. This is
I know.
very...
I know.
So are you playing party games all the time, or do you play other games too?
Oh no, I mean, I play things other than party games. Probably not here because I get a chance to play so many party games so fast. And
okay.
mostly for me, my con has been I finally got to meet one of my absolute gaming heroes, your moderator Chris from Flip the Table.
Oh, okay.
So it felt good. They say don't meet your heroes, and that is true, but at least I got to cross that off of my bucket list. That and sitting
minute.
next to you, Mr. Vassell.
Okay, that made more sense. I was wondering why you were insulting him, and it was me. Okay, fair enough. So you're having a good time then?
I am
You started
having an
today, though,
absolute
right?
ball. No, we got in last night at like midnight, so I guess technically we didn't become citizens of the con till early in the day today. And it's been fantastic. It's been really a lot of fun. It's a very cool convention. It's very laid back. I don't feel all that pressure I've heard in the big conventions. And I saw Stephen Bonacore, who I thought looked taller on television. When I saw him, I don't know if he's here. Oh, there we go.
I can't see him.
But you are beautiful. You are a beautiful person.
We rank different podcasts, based on what we see them do. So you got a couple points there. That was good.
I feel
That was good.
yes. Two more points.
All right, well, thanks very
Level
much,
up.
Bruce,
Thank
for
you.
coming on. Now, artwork is only part of a game. We also look at the rest of the game, the components, the pieces, the bits, the plastic. Who better to talk about that than our own Sam Healy?
All right, so if you don't know what board game components are, just see me and Rob will be waiting out back where no cameras can see us.
We've made more threats from the Dice Tower this
Wow.
week than I think ever.
Well, we were just going to explain it to you. What?
Yeah, that sounds less threatening.
What were you thinking? Good night. All right, so best board game components. The nominees for this have been Blood Rage, designed by Eric M. Lang, published by Cool Mini or Not. Cthulhu Wars, designed by Sandy Peterson, published by Peterson Games. Flick 'em Up, designed by Gaëtan Beaugenot and Jean-Yves Montpertu, published by Pretzel Games. Forbidden Stars, designed by Samuel Bailey, James Niffen, and Corey Knezga, published by Fantasy Flight Games. And Star Wars Armada, designed by James Niffen and Christian T. Peterson, published by Fantasy Flight Games.
It's a pretty solid lineup. Lot
It is.
of plastic, except in Flick 'em Up, a lot of wood.
Right.
Yes, that's a very difficult one to pick a winner on, I think. But I think Blood Rage is going to win out in this particular regard. I just can't get the image of Eric Lang gleefully tossing one of those minis against a wall to demonstrate how solid it was. I will never scrub that image from my mind. So I think that's enough to push it over the edge.
Okay.
Thinking throwing it is enough. Okay, fair
You know he
enough.
For me-
broke it.
All right, let's go.
Thanks for killing it, Jason.
And said I broke it.
Well, that's true.
And the winner is... Do I have to read this?
Yes.
Really? I'm kidding. This is the game I wanted to win. Are you ready? Yeah. Are you sure?
This is why we have only done one category.
Okay, I will. Blood Rage, designed by Eric M. Lang, published by Cool Mini or Not.
Blood Rage has been nominated for 4 awards tonight.
And this is his first win. Accepting the award is designer Eric M. Lang.
Thank you. I love toys.
Well said. Anything else?
I like Blood Rage too. I love Dice Tower Con.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is the second one you've come to.
Second one, yep.
You came last year. So we're glad that you returned. That's very exciting for us to have such fame and fortune around.
Oh my God.
Oh, I meant fame. Sorry.
Thank you. I love this show. This is, I've said so many times online and with my friends, this is my second favorite show of the year. Second of like 100,000 shows I go to every year. That's cool. This is easily my second favorite show. And next year, you have a good chance of being my favorite.
Woo!
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Well, speaking of Blood Rage, I believe that you've played this or taught it multiple times now.
I have played once and taught once, and then I'm also teaching another one tomorrow as well. So I'm whittling them into everything else.
I still think you may have a change in your top 100 this year. I think that's a possibility.
It's possible. It might happen. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't done it yet.
The foundations will shake. All right. All righty. Well, thanks so much, Sam, for coming on.
You're welcome.
We don't yet have a solitaire category for the Dice Tower Awards. That may come. So we gave Z the next best thing, which is two-player games.
You know what I love about two-player games?
Is that on?
I don't know. It's probably not. Thanks for turning off the mic, Sam. Anyway, I was going to say, there's something I love about two-player games, and that is that you either win or, at the table, you lost to everyone. And I like that. Both of those are memorable positions to be in. I enjoy that myself. So, two-player games. The nominees are wonderful, and they are as follows. Seven Wonders Duel, designed by Antoine Boza and Bruno Catala, published by Repo Production. Ashes, Rise of the Phoenix Born, designed by Isaac Vega, published by Plaid Hat Games. Baseball Highlights 2045, designed by Mike Fitzgerald, published by Eagle Griffin Games. Raptor, designed by Bruno Catala and Bruno Faduti, published by Matago. And Risk Star Wars Edition, designed by James D'Aloisio, Austin Rucker, and Craig Van Ness, published by Hasbro.
See, two-player games are tough for me to gauge. I don't hear a lot of the hype on that. But I think
is it because everybody beats you at two-player games? Are
yeah.
You that,
well, I
that
try to
side
avoid them as much as possible because my percentage is much lower.
Okay.
So I think I'm hearing the buzz on Seven Wonders Duel, though. I think that's where it's going to go.
Let's find out. And the award goes to Seven Wonders Duel, designed by Antoine Boza and Bruno Catala, published by Repo Productions.
Repo Productions is not here, so we accept this award on their behalf and will deliver it to them at Gen Con 2016.
Why is he whispering that every time?
Because we're doing that whole, and now they come down and this is their first award. The second time they've been nominated, that sort of thing.
Okay, just check.
Hey, you having a good time?
I am having a great time. I got to I've had to play a lot of games that I already know I love, which I don't often get to do back at headquarters because we're playing a lot of new games. But here, I get to bring out the old favorites, lots of classics, and show them to new people, play with folks, meet folks, see people I haven't seen in a long time. And it's just a wonderful homecoming. I love it. It's a great feel.
All right, cool.
Thank you very much.
To introduce our new designer award, we have Tim Jeanette, which is, how do we say that again?
Keep rocking and rolling dice.
Keep rocking and rolling.
You have to wait till the end of his segment to say
and say it more than once.
No, just once.
Am I still allowed to say that? I don't know.
No, you've been banned for like a year. If you listen to our end of the year episode in 2015, you said it more than once.
I said keep on rocking and rolling dice,
after everything, but I recorded them and I didn't think about it, but they were played like one after another, and I'm like, well, that's kind of annoying to listen to. So it's still a cool catchphrase.
Several people agreed.
Yeah. I found that thread months later, and then I came and defend myself. It was like, yeah, I agree, it was bad. So, hey, we got the best game from a new designer, and the thing I like about this is kind of like a band, right? You find a new band, a new artist, and you're kind of like, I want to see what's coming from them next, and that's, anyway. But the game has to be the designer's first or second published game to qualify for this award. So first we have Between Two Cities, designed by Matthew O'Malley, Morten Monrad Pedersen, and Ben Rosett, published by Stonemaier Games. New York 1901, designed by Chenier LaSalle, published by Blue Orange Games. Stockpile, designed by Brett Sobel and Seth Van Orden, published by Nauvoo Games. Time Stories, designed by Peggy Chassinet and Manuel Rozoy, published by Space Cowboys. And Tides of Time, designed by Christian Krula, published by Portal Games.
I'm almost inclined to switch my answer to Stockpile, considering that they just won in an earlier category, but Time Stories slips in there, and that's got the buzz to win it, I think.
All right. Well, the winner for the best game from the new designer, Time Stories.
Space Cowboys is not present, so we accept this award in their behalf and will deliver it to them at Gen Con 2016.
We got a lot of delivering to do at Gen Con 2016.
We should have just pre-recorded that.
You need a runner.
Play it.
So, this is your second time here, right?
Second time at Dice Tower Con, yeah.
Yeah, so you've been making the con circuit more these days, going to lots of things, reviewing a lot of games?
Yeah, I've been reviewing, not so many in the past couple months because I just had a baby in December.
Oh, congratulations.
Yay! That's fun.
It is.
It's a challenge.
I know.
It's the hardest game I've played.
I don't even know how to respond to that. All right, tell us one good game you played here.
You know what? Karuba. I thought that was really fun.
You think it will win the Spiel des Jahres?
Isn't it up against Imhotep?
Yes.
No. But.
And Codenames.
No. But it was really fun. I had a lot of fun playing it. So.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Tim.
Cool. Thanks.
We're always looking for innovation in new games. And of course, who best to talk about that than Jeff Engelstein? Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, happy to be here.
All right, you just got in last night, right?
Yes, late last night. So this is my first full day. So it's been exciting so far.
How was the water park?
Oh, we went to Wet n Wild this morning. Huh? My daughter said, I'm going to Orlando. I want to go outside at some point. So we went to Wet n Wild and had a really good time.
All right. It seems like today would be a good day to go to a water park.
I think it's
almost about 130 degrees
yes,
out
and I know
there.
how much that is in Kelvin, too.
That's right. We know that now.
We did a Wits and Wagers question asking the average of the highest temperature in Florida in Kelvin. Yes. I blame our question writers on that.
Yeah, we had nothing to do with that. We would have picked at least
Celsius.
Right. Is it centigrade?
Or either way.
Go ahead.
So most innovative game, and I'm very pleased that you selected me to do this category because I feel that these games are the ones that kind of are going to be inspiring people in the future and are going to give the direction that games are going in the future. So I think this is a really cool category. And so we've got 504, designed by Friedemann Friese and published by Stronghold Games. Codenames, designed by Vlada Chvátil and published by Czech Games Edition. Mysterium, designed by Oleksandr Nevsky and Oleg Sidorenko, published by Asmodee. And Time Stories, designed by Peggy Chassinet and Manuel Razoy, published by Space Cowboys. And XCOM, the board game, designed by Eric M. Lang and published by Fantasy Flight Games.
I'm guessing that the committee awards 504 here.
You think so?
I think they're going to give because for being an innovative concept, I think they're going to give the nod here.
All right, let's find out.
Okay, and the winner is Time Stories, signed by Peggy Chastanet and Manuel Razoy, and published by Space Cowboys.
This is Time Stories' second win of the evening. We will be delivering this to them in Gen Con 2016.
Well, here's the thing. When I first heard about Time Stories and they explained it to me, I was like, I don't know,
Yeah.
This whole Groundhog Day. And then I played it, I was like, wow. And the way things plug in and the
Yes.
way each of the modules adds one new interesting thing, which you haven't got to yet, but they're amazing. Just it's really fascinating to me. I love the idea of it.
Yeah.
Time travel has never been done well. This is the first time I think it's been done well.
And I played this one with my kids, and we kind of set aside that we're only doing it, the three of us together. And immediately after we finished the first one, we were like, okay, we got to design one of these modules. These are really cool. And just the ideas were just going about how would we do this system and bring it in. So there's definitely a lot of innovation, a lot of space to play in there. So it's well deserved.
All right, well, congratulations to Time Stories. Thank you, sir. All right, it's time to work together. Cooperative games and Mary Prasad.
Hello.
Can you turn the mic off? Let me.
Is it off? No, I can
It's
hear
on?
it.
Oh, we can. Okay. Each year we look at each of the categories. Can we even do a category that year? And I remember someone had mentioned something like, there's not even enough cooperative games out there. And we started listing them, and lo and behold, there's a lot of cooperative games and a lot of good ones. What do we got?
We have Best Cooperative Game, The Grizzled, designed by Fabian Raffaut and Juan Rodriguez, published by Cool Mini or Not. Mysterium, designed by Alexander Nevsky, Oleg Sidorenko, published by Asmodee. Pandemic Legacy, Season 1, designed by Rob Davio and Matt Leacock, published by Z-Man Games. Time Stories, designed by Peggy Chassanet and Manuel Rozoy, published by Space Cowboys. XCOM the Board Game, designed by Eric the Panda Lang. I think that's his middle name. Published by Fantasy Flight Games.
Oh, this is when the 500-pound gorilla enters the room. I think it's going to be Pandemic Legacy on this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
We'll see. I don't know. Only Jason knows.
And it is Pandemic Legacy Season 1.
Z-Man Games was unable to attend. We accept this award on their behalf and will deliver it to them at Gen Con 2016.
Now, Pandemic Legacy is a game when we first heard about it, we're like, oh, wow, peanut butter and chocolate, Pandemic, which we know is a good game, and Legacy, which was a cool idea. We weren't sure how it was going to work out, and when we played it, 2 weeks straight, just every day playing it. Really fun. You're still playing through yours?
We have 2 months to go.
Are you going to win?
I think so.
How many games have you played so far?
We've lost maybe 3 games. 3 games. We had one really bad month, but we had a good stretch in there in the middle.
All right, so we haven't opened the box losing 4 games.
We have not lost the 4 games in a row. We're ready for those last 2 months.
All right, well, congratulations to Pandemic. That's pretty neat.
We did pretty well, actually. We played through the whole thing.
You won 12 straight games?
We did not. We lost 1, and then we'd win again, then we'd lose 1, then we'd win again. And I think the last one we lost, but that was it. Just those 3, I think.
Well, we won the last one. I'm feeling better now.
It
Yeah.
was sad, but
So you having a good time here? Anything interesting?
yeah. Well, my favorite game.
If I had my druthers. Well, okay, we actually did ban Tichu to its own room. No, we did. I went in there, and it was very quiet.
Oh, no. Okay.
So I left because I want to be where there's loud games. But you're having a good time playing Tichu. If you're finding enough people, are you winning?
We find enough people. Yeah. Yes. We had a good time. Played Frank DiLorenzo was my partner, and we kicked ass.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mary.
Yeah.
Temming.
Next up is Temming. Best Temming.
I know you didn't type it. I know you didn't type it. Okay, theming. Theming is so very important. It's now time for the Dukes of Dice to join us.
Hello. This is Sean.
And Alex.
And so we're here to present Best Theming. I'm more of the mechanics guy. Alex, you're more of the theme guy.
All about it.
But this is more of a good blend with some great themes.
Yep. Some tricky to pronounce names too. Is it Vassal? Wassel?
Vasil?
Vassal, like
Vassal?
Vaseline.
Vassal. Got it.
All right.
All right.
That's how you remember.
All right, well, here are the nominees for Best Theming.
Baseball Highlights 2045, designed by Mike Fitzgerald, published by Eagle Griffin Games.
Blood Rage, designed by Eric M. Lang, published by Cool Mini or Not.
Food Chain Magnate, designed by Joran Doman and Joris Verzinga, published by Splotter Spellin.
Pandemic Legacy, Season 1, designed by Rob Davio and Matt Leacock, published by Z-Man Games.
And Time Stories, designed by Peggy Chassanet and Manuel Rozoy, published by Space Cowboys.
Thanks. See, this is really tough.
That's hard.
Because the theming category, you have to wonder if the committee is going to award something unique, something that this is maybe my opportunity to award or send my vote to a game that is getting lots of awards somewhere else. I think because of Time Story's ability to put you in the theme of each module, I think it's going to win there. You know, each one feels different, the art style's different. I think that's where this was going to go.
Let's see if Eric is right.
All right.
He's been right a lot.
The award for Best Theme goes to
Time Stories.
All right.
Designed by Peggy Chassanet and Manuel Rozoy, published by Space Cowboys.
This is Time Story's third win of the evening.
Wow. I mean, I'm telling you, Time Stories is one of those games I don't think got as much buzz when it first came out, and slowly over time, and certainly has some very enthusiastic lovers. I'm, of course, one of them. And I think the theme in the game just is mind-blowing. It just, each module, you're like, wow, that's really cool, that theme. This is the first time you guys have been to Dice Tower Con.
No, they were here last year.
We were here last year.
Yeah.
We did not see you last year.
You did see us.
You were on the show last year, weren't you?
We were not on the show.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
We weren't in the network. We were contributors to Board Game Breakfast,
That's
but we
right,
weren't.
you kept pushing me to have you join.
Yeah.
You were knocking on my door. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I kept bugging you.
I did an intro for your show last year.
You did indeed.
You did, yeah.
Are you still using it, or did you toss it?
No, it's there. The start of every episode. There's
All right.
Eric Summer.
We cut it up and edited it in strange ways, but
good.
you know, it's in there.
Well, that's what it's there for.
You should probably get used to that because we still have our project we're working on.
You keep threatening.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
I got an audio guy now.
Oh, great. Have fun with that, Derek.
He will. So, what do you guys think? What do you have them doing this year? What's exciting?
Having a blast. Two things. Number one, like Suzanne mentioned, Cry Havoc, designed by Grant Rodiak from Portal. So much fun. Also got to play Yokohama, that's on Kickstarter right now from TMG. Such a crunchy Euro, kind of like a Istanbul Plus. I really loved it.
All right.
Potion Explosion, fantastic from Cool Mini or Not. Really enjoyed that one. And not to plug another podcast, but Flip the Table, it has to be on your bucket list to play Heartthrob with those guys. Have to do it.
It's really not.
Oh, yeah.
It's really not. I walked in, and there was 3 games being played, and one was Heartthrob, and I went and looked at the other 2.
But you weren't playing with Trevor.
No.
Or at all.
They offered. And it's not on my bucket list.
It should be.
I found my wife. All right. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that seemed like a segue there. Now for Flip the Table. And we're doing Best Expansion.
Speak of the devil, and the devil will come.
Uh-huh.
It's funny that we're talking about expansions, actually, because as we know, expansions probably double the space in your game collection. And that's something that we've been wrestling with at home because my wife and I now have a 1.5-year-old daughter. She's wonderful. We also have a giant room full of games, and both of those things take up a lot of space. And so the solution we found to that was to take out a mortgage. And we're not culling games, we're just going to increase the space for expansion.
Move them. That only works for so long.
It does, yes. Sorry. All right, so what do we got for Best Expansion?
The nominees for Best Expansion are Colt Express, Horses and Stagecoach, designed by Christophe Rambeau, published by Ludonaut. 5 Tribes, The Artisans of Nakala, designed by Bruno Catala, published by Days of Wonder. Roll for the Galaxy Ambition, designed by Wei Hua Hong and Thomas Lehman, published by Rio Grande Games. Russian Railroads, German Railroads, designed by Helmut Oli and Leonard Orgler, published by Z-Man Games. Ticket to Ride Map Collection, United Kingdom and Pennsylvania, designed by Alan R. Moon, published by Days of Wonder.
This one's even tougher to pick because, I haven't played all of these expansions. And I don't know if any I'm hearing are essential to the game. I'm sort of weighing between the cool Stagecoach from Colt Express or the neat new mechanisms from the Ticket to Ride map, and I think Ticket to Ride's going to win out.
Let's find out.
And the winner for Best Expansion, Ticket to Ride Map Collection, United Kingdom and Pennsylvania, designed by Alan R. Moon and published by Days of Wonder.
Was there like an argument going on back there? I feel like someone...
Days of Wonder was unable to attend tonight. We accept this award on their behalf and will deliver it to them at Gen Con 2016.
You know what? I kind of disagree with you. I think, as some of these games come out with multiple expansions, like Carcassonne expansions do not even make our list.
Right, yeah.
It's like, oh, there was a Carcassonne expansion? But the Ticket to Ride maps, they seem to be getting better. And this one was really good. I mean, my favorite of the whole series of the maps, probably.
Well, certainly a big departure from the basic maps. It really does change the game.
Well, sir, are you having fun playing? Are you playing any new games, like fun games?
Let me tell you what, with young children on the panel, we have 3 of them. We don't get a lot of time to play legit games because we're so busy, and then anytime we have to play games, I'm inflicting bad games on our panel.
Sounds fun.
And they're still with you.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why. But this week has been like oxygen because we've had an opportunity to play some really, really cool stuff. I've played several games of Game of 49, which is a new favorite of mine.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely wonderful game. Favor of the Pharaoh, I really liked. So some really, really fun times. And this place is like the Marvel versus Capcom of board game pundits. It's wonderful. I'm meeting everybody. It's fantastic. I'd recommend it to anyone.
All right. Well, thanks so very much for coming on, Chris.
Thank you. It's
Thanks,
an honor.
Chris.
Is there not enough Simpsons in your game? Mike will put it in there for you. But. Oh, can you do that?
I can. And I will.
Thank you. Okay, so Mike's here to talk about the best reprint.
Well, I was a little disappointed because when I thought reprint, I'm thinking best board game makeover. Isn't that the same thing as a reprint?
It is really not.
Okay, so unfortunately, none of my stuff made it on the list. I did write a couple things in, but I won't make them.
Version of this game. Now you got to read it.
All right, best reprint. El Grande Big Box, designed by Wolfgang Kramer and Richard Ulrich, published by Z-Man Games. Fury of Dracula, 3rd edition, designed by Frank Brooks, Stephen Hand, and Kevin Wilson, published by Fantasy Flight Games. Mission, Red Planet, designed by Bruno Cathala and Bruno Fedudi, published by Fantasy Flight Games. Stronghold, 2nd edition, designed by Ignacy Chevicek and published by Portal and Stronghold Games. Through the Ages, a new story of civilization, designed by Vlada Chvatal and published by Czech Games Edition.
This one's getting more and more difficult.
Yeah, because you've been so wrong all the time.
Yeah, well, I have a streak to protect now. I really like the new Through the Ages. I'm going to go with that one.
All right, let's find out.
All right, let me find out. Best reprint, Through the Ages, a new story of civilization.
Through the Ages was originally printed in 2006. Its reprint came only 9 years later. Accepting the award is Josh Githens from CGE.
Yeah, I get to sit down again. So Vlada had a lot of fun and spent a lot of time rebalancing this game, and I think he made it even better. It's
yeah, it really did.
Been wildly, wildly popular so soon. So thank you for everybody that's been playing it, everybody that's been enjoying it, and I know he's going to really appreciate the Dice Tower Award. So thank you, guys.
All right, thank you, sir. Now, Mike has just been doing a new segment, a Board Game Makeover, on our show, and also is like a beast helping out whenever we do anything. And he's like, yeah, guys, I'm sorry, I didn't help out 24 hours. I was only able to do 22 hours. Really moving and doing stuff. And if you were at Origins, you probably met him because he didn't leave the table once.
Yeah.
You're really enjoying this.
I am enjoying it. I was my first ever con was last year Origins, and then I went to Dice Tower Con last year, and I realized it can really use all the help it can get. So I thought I'd better volunteer, see what I can do to make the show better. But honestly, one of the things I've really enjoyed is just the amazing people. I've met so many awesome people, and it's really, it's very, very humbling, but I just really appreciate just talking to so many people, and I have a tendency to talk way too much. But thank you. If I've had a chance to talk to you, I'm not going to remember everyone's name, but I'm going to do my best, and we'll just see about next year.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
That was like leading there. All right, we got a couple more categories. Best family game, and who better to do that than the Family Showdown? Now today we
oh no! Here we go. Here we go.
We played Pitch Car, and so at this table we now have one of the top 3 players of Pitch Car and the worst.
Can you guess who?
Well, you came out of nowhere to take the third position,
I did not expect
and you didn't come out of nowhere. You solidified that last place
I was a solid
so
last
strongly.
place, yes. Solid last place.
But when you had your moments of glory, they were glorious.
They were. The cheers when I finally crossed that ramp, I'll remember it forever.
All right, so what do we got here for best family games?
Well, I looked at this list, and I'm going to hand it to the Latin major and let her read those designer names.
Alrighty, we have for the best family game, Code Names, designed by Vlada Chvátil, published by Czech Games Edition. Flick 'em Up, designed by Gaëtan Beauchenot and Jean-Yves Montpertuis, published by Pretzel Games. Lanterns, The Harvest Festival, designed by Christopher Chung, published by Renegade Games. Mysterium, designed by Alexander Nevsky and Oleg Sidorenko, published by Asmodee. And New York 1901, designed by Chenier LaSalle, published by Blue Orange Games.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, more strong contenders here. I think this is going to be another one for Code Names, though. That's the guess.
All right, let's find out.
The winner is Code Names.
This is Codename's second win of the evening, accepting the award from CGE, again, Josh Githens.
It's nice to see you again.
All right, well, first of all, nice hat.
Thank you.
Good hat. And you guys have
I got the last one that was up for sale.
You don't tell people that?
I mean, no, there was plenty more left.
So what do you guys think of the convention besides your pitch car?
We are having an absolute blast. It's so, I know how you feel now when people walk up to say hi, and it's just so cool when people come and say, hey, we like your show, we like your segment. It's just an awesome feeling. It makes it all worth it, right?
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah.
Very surprising. It was fun.
Here, put the mic up. When you
Oh,
talk.
sorry.
There you go.
We played some great games. We finally got to. I've been dying to play Imhotep, and that was an awesome game. I think that of the ones I've played, that was the best
Ooh,
one.
and Royals, though.
Royals was good too.
That one's
That was
awesome.
real good. So
Really fun.
Played a lot of really great games.
I feel like Royal should have been nominated for the Spiel des Jahres or something like
Yeah.
that.
Maybe.
Feels
maybe,
like it, yeah.
Not biased at all, right?
I'm not. All right, well, guys, we really appreciate it. We're glad you made our game so fun today. Thank you. All right, and now to present our Strategy Game Award, we have Eric Summer.
Oh, hey. Oh.
Do you have an envelope?
I don't, not yet.
Do we have an envelope?
Of course he has an envelope. In my big envelope.
Ooh. All right.
What do we got?
The nominees for Best Strategy Game are Blood Rage, designed by Eric M. Lang, published by Cool Mini or Not. Elysium, designed by Matthew Dunstan and Brett J. Gilbert, published by Space Cowboys. Pandemic Legacy Season 1, designed by Rob Daviau and Matt Leacock, published by Z-Man Games. Roll for the Galaxy, designed by Wei Hua Huang and Thomas Lehman, published by Rio Grande Games, and The Voyages of Marco Polo, designed by Simone Luciani and Daniele Taschini, published by Z-Man Games.
I have no idea.
I know who I voted for, but I think Blood Rage is going to get the award here.
Okay, well, let's see.
That's my thought. And the Dice Tower Award goes to Blood Rage.
You're so very smart.
This is the second win for Blood Rage tonight. Accepting the award is designer Eric M. Lang.
Hi again.
Hello. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I like strategy too.
I do.
All right. Well, so Blood Rage is probably the game to date, at least before the others, that took me the very, very longest to design. I think I worked on it for about a year and a half. Several redesigns, several redevelopments, and we put a lot into it. And it was the game that taught me that the more I just throw games away and spend a lot more time on them, the more stuff like this happens. So I'm going to keep being a lot slower a game designer.
All right, well, congratulations. Thank you very much, sir. I believe we have one more envelope.
Now, something I didn't mention earlier, Game of the Year actually has 10 nominations versus every other category.
Yeah, there's a slight problem I realized this halfway through, was I had told everyone to go over these and look at the names. I did not. Do you want to read these, Eric?
Do you want me to read them,
I
boss?
want Eric to read the Game of the Year nominees, but I get to open the envelope, all right?
Oh, sure. The nominations for Game of the Year are Seven Wonders Duel, designed by Antoine Bouza and Bruno Catala, published by Repost Production. Blood Rage, designed by Eric M. Lang, published by Cool Mini or Not. Codenames, designed by Vlada Chvatal, published by Czech Games Edition. Elysium, designed by Matthew Dunstan and Brett J. Gilbert, published by Space Cowboys. The Gallerist, designed by Vital Lacerda, published by Eagle Griffin Games. Mysterium, designed by Oleksandr Nevsky, published by Osmodee. Pandemic Legacy Season 1, designed by Rob Daviau and Matt Leacock, published by Z-Man Games. Roll for the Galaxy, designed by Wei Hua Huang and Thomas Lehman, published by Rio Grande Games. Time Stories, designed by Peggy Chassanet and Manuel Rozoy, published by Space Cowboys. And The Voyages of Marco Polo, designed by Simone Luciani and Daniele Taschini, published by Z-Man Games. I have no idea. I actually think it comes down to Codenames versus Pandemic Legacy. Pandemic Legacy is it's the #1 game on Board Game Geek, but Codenames has been so successful with so many people.
Okay, but I don't know the answer here, but you don't think also Time Stories and Blood Rage both also have been getting a lot of buzz too?
Yes. Codenames.
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 All right, well, you've been right mostly so far. Game of the Year for Dice Tower for 2015, Pandemic Legacy Season 1. Rob Daviau and Matt Leacock.
This is Pandemic Legacy's second win of the evening. They will receive their award at Gen Con 2016.
Yeah, that's a very, very fantastic slate of games. I was looking at these, and I have at least half of these nominations in my collection still. It's a very good year. All right, folks, we don't want to go overtime too much, but we'll take a few more minutes. We're going to bring Sam and Z back up here, and we're going to... And as they're coming up, a big thank you to Jason for putting all this together, all the different awards. Thank you very much. All right, so we have 5 mics. Jason, do you mind using your mic and going around and hunting people down with questions who might have for us? And we'll answer a few questions. You were already ready. We didn't even say we were doing questions. You didn't know that.
But before we do,
before we do what?
Eric, score for the evening.
11 out of 14.
11 out of 14.
That's not bad.
All right.
Impressive.
Got his finger on the pulse, people.
All right, so we got anyone with a question for the Dice Tower? Are you worried? Are you nervous?
Can you tell us which one was the tie that you had to break?
That would be my one question, actually.
Yeah.
Do you want to say? Do you not want to say?
Inquiring minds and all that.
See, I thought about that because then it comes down to I chose that award in a sense, right? It was that close. It was thematic games. It was thematic games with time stories, and I really think time stories is very thematic. So.
What did it tie with?
Probably don't want to say that.
Please tell me what it tied with.
I didn't hurt you, if that's what it means.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I would have probably quit. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, any other questions?
Oh, that was the question?
Awkward
Really?
silence.
I have the secret envelope, and I do know the answer, but I'm not saying either.
Before you ask that question, I will say that we are always looking for people to join the Dice Tower Awards. Don't ask me now. Ask me in November or December. But we're looking for people who know a lot about games. I'm always looking for divergent views. You know, everyone knows what I think about different types of games, but I want everyone who likes all different types of games on the committee. All right, go ahead.
What's your favorite game to lose?
I usually lose my favorite games anyway. I just really enjoy playing them. So.
Wow.
I'm going to say Ghost Stories.
No, I like to win Ghost Stories. I don't like to lose it.
I like to play, which means I'm going to lose, so I like to lose.
I know. Galaxy Trucker. I love watching my ship blow up. Who cares?
Yeah.
I come back to port and there's just the center section. I'm like, yeah, that was my ship.
I got to go for one that it doesn't really matter who's winning anyway, like Telestrations. That one, it's
That's
the
not a
journey.
game, really,
It's the journey that matters. I don't care if I'm winning or losing that one.
All right, any other questions? A new question.
Best game you've played at the con so far, or best moment?
Well, I'm going to disallow my playing Cosmic Encounter because that was my favorite game. But that was the best moment for me because we played a 7-player game and it was a fantastically fun game. And the Filch cheating card was in the deck. And I knew it was in the deck, so I told everyone else this card is in the deck, and then I promptly forgot. And I was sitting next to a very nice lady who was like, how do I play this game? And she was playing Love. That was her special ability. And she was very bloodthirsty for love, wanting to kill and crush. And she was losing, but she slowly caught up. And at the end, she said, she had a chance for me and her to win, and we won. And all these cards came out of nowhere. And I was like, where did these cards come from? And then she showed me at the end that she had that cheating card the whole time. The whole game, she kept saying, how do these cards work? And how does this work? And I was explaining them, and she just kept shuffling them right into her hand. And I never noticed. So that was such a great moment. I think my favorite game, I'll say my new to me game, I guess, that I played here. Oh, I forgot the name of it. Was it Prosperous or Prospero? It's from Mr. B Games. Prospectus. It comes with a giant crystal ball that is a cube tower. What? Amazing! And it's a stock market game. Okay, your potions, blah, blah, blah. It's a stock market game. It's a straight stock market game. But you're throwing cubes into this crystal ball. That was just really fun. And it was a good stock market game. But if it didn't have the crystal ball, it would be a 6. With the crystal ball, it's like an 8. I really like cube towers. You want me to, like your game, make a cube tower, except for I didn't like that one from Queen, the last one.
Amerigo?
Amerigo, yeah, it was okay.
Okay, probably my favorite game that I've played so far at the convention was our Robinson Crusoe. I finally got to play Robinson Crusoe. These losers kept it from me for so long.
Well, technically, we were all losers in that game.
We all died. It was like synchronized death. It was awesome because we all died at the very exact same time. So it was very good.
Baby.
Teamwork. My favorite moment so far, though, is kind of a personal thing, but it's really cool. I thought it was funny. I was teaching Blood Rage, but I actually took part in it this time yesterday, and I was playing with 3 guys that were all friends. They came to the con together, and then there was another guy, and then there was me, a 5-player game, and the guy who was playing the Bear Clan, after the first age, only had like 4 points, and we were really feeling bad for him. But then he took off. He was still behind me, but he took off, and he came in second place. And I came in first. That's not my special moment. My special moment was.
Feels like it, doesn't it? It does.
Because Cool Mini or Not is really, really cool. I actually had a copy of the my little promotional figure from our Kickstarter thing. So he came in second place, and I gave it to him. And his friends were like, "Oh, we hate you! Oh, you suck!" You know, all this other kind of stuff. And it was just really fun because you could see the camaraderie between them. And this guy, he usually loses games. And so he says he identifies with me, which...
Nice.
It was extra special that I was able to give him my miniature for the game. With him coming in, you know, when you beat Jason, you actually win. You know, when you lose to Jason, you actually win. So that was a cool moment for me. That was really fun.
Hey, good news. The Healy showed up today.
Yeah, I know. You told me earlier.
I'm very pleased.
That's really cool.
I'll keep it short. For me, it was I played today. I played 51st State Master Set, which I love. It's a great game. I played in a game of 3. I taught one new person. The other person knew how to play. They had played it a few times. I think I've played it more than them, and I was feeling really cocky at the beginning. I went for a couple of big scoring cards, jumped me way up. I was like 9 points after the first round, and then choked. And I ended, they got up to 38 and 48. I had 14 points. I just could not get off the ground after the first round and just choked. And they kept doing the whole like, we'll sell you cards. What do you want? Hey, here, you won this extra stuff, and just making fun of it. And we had a great time. But it was a very fun game, but very funny also because I just couldn't pull it together at all. So that was a great game of 51st State. Had a blast.
I could mention teaching and playing Merchant of Vetus yesterday, and I could mention that I won, but I won't.
I think we all
won.
We all won our games.
Yeah, we did.
This has been a different Dice Tower Con for me because this is the first time my family is here. And I've had to sort of adjust my expectations for how much I'm personally going to get to play because we're sort of going on the whims of the 2 children who are here too. And I've been able to experience the kids' room, which, you know, God bless all of the volunteers who are spending time in that room, which is amazing. They're doing a great job in there with this passport system for you play different games. You have to play a cooperative game, you get a little stamp on your book. And you play a game with someone new and you get a stamp in your book, and you earn prizes and get entries into raffles. So one of my favorite moments was playing Mousetrap. Ridiculous, but actually playing Mousetrap. And I couldn't even remember the last time I've actually played the game, but both of my kids were engaged, and my wife and I were playing, and we actually had this great moment playing a game that we were all learning together, and actually getting the darn thing to work. We hit the plank and hit the ball, and the guy went in the chute, and we did the whole thing. It was just a terrific moment with the whole family playing together, and I thought it was a great time. So moment of the con for me. So
we have nothing to beat that, right?
Wow, yeah.
Mousetrap.
I do.
Jason does.
So my game that I've enjoyed the most is something that Tom showed me the very first day, Captain Sonar. I don't know how many of you have played it. I've pulled it out for at least 4 groups this week. And it's like a team game, and you don't know what the other team's doing, and you're like, north, check, check, south, check, check, shoot the torpedoes, check, check.
I think you're being a lot quieter than you are during the game.
I am. But that game has been incredible. It's one that I would tell everyone to search out if you're looking for a really, really good like interactive party style game. And my moment, which will get the awe, was I was with Sam and is Rob Warren still here? Is he here? They taught me how to paint, and I painted my first miniature at this convention, and it actually came out pretty good. And Sam did an amazing job in this, and I just want to say, if you guys didn't get a chance next year, He's going to have the painting session again, and it is something that is totally worth doing because even someone like me who couldn't draw on the lines as a kid was able to paint a good mini.
Well, to clarify, he was actually sitting at Rob's table. So Rob was doing the teaching, so Rob is an awesome teacher as well. But just to clarify, we grossly underestimated how popular the painting sessions would be. I thought 50, we would be taking some of those packs home. So that's completely on me. Next year, I am going to try to have at least one session a day where we will handle about 50 people each session. So count on that for next year. I'll try to make that happen to the best of my ability.
Well, we actually, to end on time, we're going to have to stop here because we want to get the show at a reasonable length, and also we want to go to bed. And ice cream. Ice cream first, then bed.
Wait, hold on. Ice cream?
You buying ice cream for everybody in here?
Ice cream?
No, I did not say that.
Oh, no. You're going to have to sell that shiny blue hat.
All right. Well, anyway, we really appreciate it. This has been an amazing convention. It's been my favorite convention ever, period. I mean, obviously we're biased, right? But this hotel blew me away. The rooms, the fact, that's like fridges in the rooms and just how nice. This convention center itself works really well. That hall, even when it's packed full, never feels crowded. The library just keeps getting better. The people, the volunteers here are amazing.
Blood Rage.
Absolutely.
Really, really good.
Absolutely.
Blood Rage won 2 awards. You got to add that to the list as well. Blood Rage won 2 awards. You got to add that to the list as well.
That's good.
Yeah, it's awesome. What are you talking about?
You're sad about Game of the Year. All right, but anyhow, from all of us, we want to say thank you to you guys, and for those of you watching, I hope you enjoyed that, and you can come next year. Hopefully it doesn't sell out as quite as quick, but we're doubling in size next year, okay? We're going to go up to a bigger size. We're going to have a bigger room for things like this. We're going to have an exhibition hall. We're going to have more space for gaming on the other side of the building. There's tons of small rooms too to game. Sam's going to have 6 painting sessions per day.
And no.
Z's going to play 2-player games. That's Suzanne. We'll teach it 2-player games and a lot. It's amazing.
I'll be doing a solitaire session actually, where you come. I'll teach you a solitaire game and then watch you play it.
No, you don't want to do that. Don't do that.
All right. So anyway, until next time, I'm Tom Basil.
Z Garcia, thanks everybody.
Sam Healy.
And I'm Eric Summerer. Oh, sorry. Not used to having him over there.
Jason Levine.
And I'm Eric Summerer.
And you've been watching or listening to The Dice Tower.
Thanks for listening. Promotional consideration has been provided by game publishers in the form of review copies of games. This episode, number 465, was recorded in front of a live convention audience on July 7th, 2016. Coming up next week, we're back to normal for at least a week, maybe 2. This podcast is sponsored by listeners like you. Thank you for your continued support. And speaking of support, the Jack Vassell Memorial Fund is dedicated to providing support to members of the board gaming community in their hour of need. Find out how you can lend a hand at jackvassell.org. The Dice Tower is produced by Tom and me with assistance from Jason Thompson, Itai Perez, Eric Matthews, and Rob Searing. Metaphysical Young Cattle provided by Mystic Veal. Timothy Pinkham composed our theme, and hosting is provided by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games at great prices at CoolStuffInc.com. Let us know what you think of the show by posting to the Dice Tower Guild at BoardGameGeek.com, following the Dice Tower on Twitter, or by emailing us at dicetower@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit the other shows in the Dice Tower Network, including Flip the Table on Board Games, The Long View, Dukes of Dice, The Secret Cabal Gaming Podcast, Board Games Insider, and Board Game University. Find out more at dicetowernetwork.com. Until next time, from all the gang at the Dice Tower, have fun gaming.
Thanks, everyone.
Sorry. I have to tell you, you were
I realized when I was like in the fog of after registering everybody in that I called you Sam like twice. And I'm so sorry.